Hello everybody. Today we are going to be covering a very popular pose that is taught in most styles of yoga, and it's the downward dog. And the reason I want to cover this today is that a lot of times the downward dog is done in a very unhealthy way. So we'll be pointing out those ways to make it a healthy pose for you. So Carl's going to be helping me today, so thank you. Let's start by you just coming into a downward dog and then just showing me what you would naturally just do on your own. So I'll move over here. So the first thing we're going to be looking for with Carl is how he's using his hands. So right now he looks really good. A lot of times people put all the weight on the heel of their hand and they don't use the ball and the fingers, and it takes the stress into the wrist. But Carl's looks very healthy. So we're also looking for a lot of space between the ear and the shoulder. So he can create that more by taking the shoulders and roll them in towards his armpits. And then he can lift the underarm, so he's using his tricep. So again, roll the shoulders there, broaden that back. And he's letting his head hang nice and loose. The next part we want is a nice straight line from the crown of his head to his tailbone. So bend your knees, Carl, and tilt the sit bones up. So he created a little arch here. So pull the belly back up. Pull the belly up. Nice. And create more length in the sides of your body by pushing into his hams. Nice. Bend the knees again. Tilt the sit bones up. Beautiful. Pull the belly in and press your chest back. Nice. Now come down and rest. He's been holding that for a long time. Just rest back into your child pose. Separate your knees and then give out a big sigh here. So he takes his hands back by his feet to let his shoulders relax. Rock a little bit from side to side. So Carl, if you can turn around for the camera for us and have your head face the other way, I want to talk about the feet. We're going to have him come back up. And now we're going to cover the feet part of the pose. So you notice that his heels, turn your heels in. A lot of people do this and their arches are caving in. We're going to look to turn the heels so you have that nice straight line here on the outside. He's going to push back into the heels and lift your 10 toes. So push back into the heels, keep the heels pressing back, and now lift your toes. There. Trying to get up the little toe as well. Now bend the knees for us again, Carl. We're going to add a toe stretch. So lift the heels real high and bend the knees. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Lift the heels higher, getting a big stretch to the toes. Now take your heels straight back, your knees back, pressing to the outside edges of the feet. Lift your 10 toes. Keep pulling the belly up. Sit bones up. Come down and rest. Very good. Beautiful. Separate your knees. Separate the knees real wide and let your hands rest back by your feet. The other part we're looking for in the child pose is bring the big toes to touch and then just let your heels fall out. And then you can just let his hips drop back to his feet. And that's your healthy child pose. How do you feel, Carl?
Good.
Good. Thank you. All right, I'm going to take the downward dog a little deeper and show you some more ways that it can be unhealthy. All right. So taking the hands out into shoulder width, using all of the fingers in the palms, spreading the fingers wide, making sure the knees are separated hip width, tuck your toes. We're going to start with a deep toe stretch. So I'm going to lift my knees, find all of my hand, press my chest back to those knees. Find my triceps by rolling the shoulders towards the armpits. So a mistake is a lot of times that we overextend the shoulders, bringing the shoulders really close to the ears. We want to pull the shoulders back into the joint. Lots of space between the shoulders. And then we want to tilt the sit bones to the sky. Keep rolling those shoulders to the armpit. Straighten the knees, coming high up on the toes to get a nice stretch to the toes. Big breath in.
Exhale, we take the heels straight back and lift our 10 toes and our arches, engaging the inner thigh. Big breath in. Exhale, press the chest back. Another common mistake is to overstretch the shoulders by dropping the chest between the arms and letting the belly arch, the back arch, the belly fall. So what we want to do is we want to bring the shoulders, the chest back up, rolling the shoulders to the armpits, pull the belly in, and press your heels and thighs back. Really engaging your triceps. So once again, I'm going to show you how a common mistake is to overextend the shoulders. So you can see that my ears are really close to the shoulders. Now notice that my shoulders are creating lots of space between the ear and shoulder. Roll the shoulders to the armpits. The other mistake is dropping the chest down towards your mat. That overstretches the rotator cuff. So we want to lift back up so we have the ability to roll the shoulders to the armpits and engage your tricep. Pull the belly up to stabilize your lower back. Continuing to press the heels back and the toes lifted, the quads engaged. To come out of our pose, bring your body weight forward. Take the knees wide out to the edges of your sticky mat. Bring the big toes together. Drop the heels back slowly. Letting your chest and belly rest between the legs. Forehead and nose touch. Release the hands back by the feet. And a big sigh. Just stay here and notice what you're feeling. And then when you're ready to come up, roll up very slow. And just notice how you feel. Just pause. So you'll notice a nice warm sensation around the shoulders. But there shouldn't be any pain. So this is really good for bringing more stability around the shoulder joint and also strength around the shoulders. So it's an all over body stretch. So continue to bring your pose to a healthier place. Thank you.